Ladies and boys and girls, like just people of all places. What is good? It's DOA Hitman here on the DOA Hitman channel. Apologies for the bad lighting here for a second. Give me a second. Going downstairs. I keep forgetting the lighting in my house at this time of day is pretty trash. um, yeah, that should help a little bit. So, I wanted to talk to y'all about the Giants. So, first off, for those that don't know, if you're a true Giants fan, some of you might not even know the reason why the Giants and the Cowboys feud. Me, being a Giants fan, decided to do some little research and find out, okay, I'm like, you know what? Why do the Giants and Cowboys feud? What is the reason for the feud? I know, like Red Sox and Yankees in baseball, the only reason the feud exists is because of the fans. So I'm like, you know what? I'm curious. I'm a Giants fan. I want to find out what the reason this rivalry exists is. So I look it up, and it turns out the only reason the rivalry really exists is because back in the 60s, there's no real specific year, but sometime in the 60s, during that era of those seasons, the Giants and Cowboys were playing a game head to head during the season, and the game ended in a tie at the score of being 31 to 31. Giants and Cowboys tied, and the game ended. They never had I guess they might have had a sudden death or something, but there was no winner. Both teams could not score, so it ended in a tie. Because it was back then, I believe the rules were basically if you tied in the end of the first first part of the game, you'd go into sudden death. First team to score wins. I guess neither team could score, so it ended in a tie. And so because both teams wanted to be numero uno, they went back and forth during the 80s and 90s, all the way up till now, going head to head, mano a mano, to decide who's the better team, one-upping each other. And the only reason I'm doing this is because Sunday, the Giants are going to crush those Jacksonville Jaguars. And literally, all the Giants have to rely on is hoping that their defense does what they need to do so that Eli can either throw the ball to somebody like Evan Ingram or Odell Beckham, or if he has to, run the ball with Saquon. If you have to, if you can't throw and gain too much yardage off a screen or a play action, or some sort of move, get the ball off to Saquon. He'll run through that defense. He will Shrek their defense. Eli, all he has to do is keep his head focused. Whenever he's focused and he's in the zone, I've noticed he has better passing stats, and as long as his offensive line is covering for him. The moment that offensive line doesn't cover is the moment the team's chances of even winning is, you know. So it's not entirely Eli's fault. Like, Eli, part of the reason he has some bad accuracy is not him in the sense of not paying attention to where he needs to throw or not throwing the ball correctly. It's age. And any good quarterback with age will have moments where they will start to, have slightly bad accuracy. I mean, look at people like Tom Brady, Dan Marino. Those guys, like Brady's in his, 40s? And he still even has some bad moments where he's thrown some bad plays and throwing some bad passes. I mean, come on. He's going to be 42 by the end of the season. Oh, excuse me. He's still playing. It's quite shocking that people that are that old. Like, look at Peyton. Look at how many bad games Peyton Manning had. And the only reason he had those bad games is because of his age. It wasn't that he didn't throw well, he didn't know what the hell he was doing. Age affected his strength of his accuracy, and sometimes those accurate throws can be difficult. That's the only reason Eli has bad throws. Is either the offensive line doesn't give him enough coverage to get out of the pocket so he can get the ball out to somebody, and that's why those passes that happen, or it's his age. There's no other way around it. It's not that he doesn't throw or he doesn't have his eyes on the prize, so to speak. It's the fact that he's got age and that his offensive line does not give him enough time. Now with the way they drafted this season, the team is just lock and key. Simple as that. You put lock and key on that shit. Because the Giants will have this season on lock. And when it comes to week 2, you know who's coming out on top. Giants. And if you're a New York fan, you will stand up and cheer for that team. But if you're a fan of the Cowgirls or the Jaguars, you might want to sit down and just zip your lips because you guys got no chance. Now, after week 2, I have no idea who they're playing. I have not looked at the schedule yet. I will be looking at it soon. But like I said, Giants are going to crush the Cowgirls next, not this week, but next week for week 2. And they're going to shred the Jaguars. All they have to do is run. Run game is going to be key for this one. Cowgirls, on the other hand, just throwing the ball to Beckham or getting the ball off to Saquon is going to benefit them in the long run. That being said, if you're a New York fan, you stand up, you be strong, you show why you're a Giants fan. And until next time, I will see you guys in the future. And like I said, I still have yet to any idea of how I'm going to do gaming. Eventually, I'm going to start streaming more and doing some Madden before the season gets completely underway, where it's like I'm lost. And until then, I will see you guys next time. Peace.